As a leader, what do you get paid to do? Now think about it. Of all the things you do as a leader, all the 10,000 things you do as a leader, the question is, if you could boil it down to the 1 or 2 or 3 that are most essential, most important, most foundational, what would those be? I've had the privilege over the past 20 years of asking this question to leaders all around the country, and they respond with, I get paid to set the vision and strategy, to create and shape the workplace culture, to drive success, to bring in new customers, to groom the next generation of leaders, to ensure that our processes work properly. All of these are spot on, utterly valid. But let's think of it this way. Imagine your office has clear walls, completely transparent. And I'm walking around outside your office and I have a camera and I'm looking at you through these walls. I'm watching you lead by example. I'm watching you create the workplace culture. I'm watching you build relationships. I'm watching you drive profitability. What would my eyes actually see you doing as you're doing that? Now think about it. I'm watching you do all the things that you say you get paid to do. What I'm actually seeing, I'm watching you engage with other human beings. You're communicating, you're in conversation. You get paid to have effective conversations. You get paid to have conversations, the outcome of which is something and not something else. And this is so obvious we don't see it. It's so close we can miss it. You are a conversational architect and a conversational engine. Think about it. Can you be a strong leader without the ability to lift 100 pounds over your head? I hope so. Can you be a powerful leader from a wheelchair? Yes, and we have historical examples all over the place. Think about a physician, a surgeon. The surgeon comes up and he says, you know, I've got something going on in my right index knuckle. It's been bothering me for about a year now. Well, I finally took some of my own medicine. I finally went to the doctor. I found out last week it is the beginning of arthritis. Well, now I'm concerned. I'm 42 years old. Now I'm concerned. Why is he concerned? He gets paid to cut, to extract, fine motor skills, huge physical dimension to that man's job. Everybody, I'm not suggesting you have no physical dimension to your job. I'm just inviting you to look as a leader at the relative difference between the physical and the conversational. Because of the centrality of conversations for leadership effectiveness, and deeper than this, because of the centrality of conversations for understanding and improving organizational work, even in manufacturing processes, I'm going to claim it's worth spending some brain cells looking at language, because that's what it is. So here's a question. You ask 100 people, you ask 1,000 people, you ask 1,000,000 people, what is language? What is language for? What will the gigantic majority answer with? I promise you a tool for communication or some variation of that. That is such a widely held idea, a widely held paradigm, if you like, that most people don't see that as an idea or a paradigm, they see it as a fact, as a definition. I offer this, if language is a tool, it's a tool you cannot put down. This one isn't like all the other tools. This is a tool we somehow need for every single other tool we will ever pick up. So the notion I'd like to invite you to consider, thinking about your role as a leader and thinking about the improvements you would like to make inside your organization, to consider this idea as a new foundation. The notion is this: language creates and generates, it does not simply describe. Of course we describe with language. What I'm saying is that is not all that we do. And by learning something about this creative side of language, by which we are producing non-physical but very real results, can be extremely helpful for those of us who wear these kind of clothes to work. Not hard hats, not safety goggles, not steel-toe boots, but if you wear these kind of clothes to work, you get paid to have effective conversations. So learning something about language is key. Can you see how learning something about this dimension of language, this side of language, could be helpful for you and your leadership team? Could be helpful as you seek to do the things we say we get paid to do, to shape the culture, to improve productivity, profitability, to build better customer service relationships. If so, please pay attention to where this is going, because we have a lot more to talk about.